And welcome back to Central Valley Talk. The show is real estate and home improvement. We've been having so many home improvement guests this week showing us how to get new countertops put in, new tile on your bathroom floors, getting landscape stuff like that. But my favorite part of the show is when we ask realtors to come in and tell us about houses and the market. And I mean, you can't improve a home until you can buy one. Anyway, I've asked an expert to come in, Julia Tadich from Clovis.
Thank you for the compliment.
You are an expert.
Merry Christmas, by the way.
And you look very Christmassy. You look great.
2023 is going to happen like
it's coming
in a couple
no matter
days.
what, huh?
Very soon. Very soon.
Now, last year here, people were buying houses, trying to buy houses, but they couldn't get one. They had to bid them up, pay $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 more than the asking price.
Not anymore.
That's over?
Yeah, it is over.
Well, I don't get what's happening. The interest rates went up?
Yes, and so generally, I heard this, which I thought it spelled it out perfectly. It takes 3 times the money to qualify for a house.
Just to get qualified.
Yeah, which is just to be able to buy it, because interest rate payments have gone, say, from $1,000 a month to like over $2,500 a month
for the same house.
For the same house.
Yeah.
It's
Yet Julia
horrendous.
Tadich keeps selling houses. You keep getting people qualified.
Yes, amazingly so. Thank you, Lord. I still have put stuff together and get them closed, and it's hard. It's hard. It takes the days of trying to throw rates. Let's buy the rate down. That isn't helping a whole lot. Mainly it's down payment. There's not a lot of down payment products out there, assistance programs for people. And it's difficult. I think we've shifted from cash out refinances to do renovations to your house to now we're doing home equity, not a home equity. HELOCs, home equity line of credits. And the interest rate on a home equity line of credit is generally whatever the prime is plus whatever your hits are for your FICO score or your CLTV. You can call me about that, 559-977-3583. I'm doing those products, and apparently now there's some for people who don't have perfect credit out there. I have no idea what the interest rates will be on that, but sometimes when you've got a 1.75 or a 2.5% or 3% rate on your first, you don't want to refinance that whole thing, but you still have to have that $50,000. So call me. Let's figure out what you're going to get as far as interest rate's going to happen.
So instead of refinancing the whole thing, you could do a HELOC, maybe just on just the equity or some of the equity.
Yeah, and guess what? Your payments still are going to go down.
Wow.
Because the rates you have on your credit cards or your cars and all that are much higher than the HELOC rate is going to be that you're going to get.
I know you're not a tax expert, but can you write off that interest on the HELOC? Is that still a thing?
I'm not a tax expert, but I would think that you could, but I don't know. It's not going to be a lot of interest, though.
Not a lot, anyway. I want the message to be this, is because she just said a lot of things which I don't totally understand, but she does. So my message is call Julia Tadich. You need cash and you own a home, and you're thinking, should I refinance or is there another option? Julia can find that out.
Well, you have to look at everything. You need to have the information so that you can make an educated decision about what you're doing here. Right. And basically, I'm a licensed lender. I'm required to look at you and make sure that I'm bettering your situation, not making it worse.
You're not setting people up to lose their home and their equity.
Apparently, there are still people out there that are doing just that.
There are people
hurting people.
They care more about making a buck right now.
Exactly.
They put someone in something they can't afford.
No, I just heard a story recently, like that, where the guy did a cash out refinance. He ended up with like $19, and the guy who did the loan made $19,000.
Oh my gosh!
And the guy's losing the house now because he can't afford the payment on the new rate.
And the guy who did the loan has $19,000 in his pocket.
Yeah. It was even more than that. It was more like $20,000 or $30,000. It was ridiculous. I heard these numbers. I kept thinking, let me see that closing statement. Let me see those loan docs. But of course they're not going to let me see that stuff. But
yeah. Now you've been doing this for a couple of years.
Almost 40. 20?
Almost 40 years.
How long, dear? 30? 30.
40 is a good number. Yeah. And the reason I say that is you're not just getting into it. You're not here to make a pop and get out. You've been here for a while. You're still going to be here.
Right. In fact, we're moving our office to our house. Nice. So we've never hid from the public.
Now they know where you live.
That's the craziest thing in the world. But you could always know where I live. Yeah. I'm not hiding. There was a time in my business where lenders didn't want you to know where they were because they were busy out raping, pillaging, and plundering. I don't think that's what's going on now with licensing, because we are obligated to make sure that we're bettering people, not making them
Bettering
worse.
people, yeah, and that's your license depends on that. And
Yeah, exactly.
complaints will cause you to lose your
Yes,
license, so you don't
yes.
want to mess with that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Now, I just want to put things in perspective. I bought my first house at 9%. We're really happy to do that. We're happy to get it then. It's in the 80s, I think.
We bought ours at 13.
13%, right. But now they seem like what the rate should be, 5, 6 or something
You're
like that.
right.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me, because we're just really not even back to the highest
Right.
that it's been for normal pricing on interest rates. But still, because we were in such a low interest rate market for so
For a long
long,
time, yeah. It's just
seeing
a
a
fake. It's
payment
just
go from
artificial, yeah.
$1,000 a month to $2,500 a month makes me sick.
Mm-hmm.
And I go into, when loan docs happen, I'm not a notary, but wherever my clients are, I'm going to go there and sit with them and go through the whole
Go through it,
process.
right,
Yes, from
right.
beginning to end.
$2,500 a month wouldn't be a bad house payment.
You're right.
I know a lot of renters
But not,
paying way more
not
than
on a
that.
$300,000 house. You know, it just seems excessive, but it's,
This smart guy over there, Tadich, gave me these documents that I'm making no sense. Does it tell us how much a payment would be on a certain purchase?
no. This is this is what's happened. Tad, can you come here and answer these questions, please?
Our special guest, you're gonna have to adjust the
Yeah,
camera.
I'm sorry,
there,
our
Marcus.
special guest, Tad Tadich.
Just
who
turn
we've
that
been
one
married
camera a
for
little,
40
I'll
years.
squeeze in.
We just had an anniversary.
Oh, we're good.
Look at there.
Okay, so basically, this set of graphics is showing changes in the market since October of 2020 to October of 2022, which is the latest collated data we have. Okay, and the median sold price in October of 20 was about 328.5. There were 712 sales that made that median price. In October of 21, it was 384,990 with 689 sales. But in October of 2022, it was 399,000 median, but only 445 sales.
Oh,
So
smaller
the
sales.
the trend is going down.
You know what that means? You buyers are going to win.
And
You're
nice.
driving the market by your purchase prices.
And also in October of 2022, as compared to October of 20, there's about a 15% increase in listed homes, the number of listings. Under contract, a decrease of about 60%.
Wow.
So I mean, the market fluctuates. When I first got into real estate, we were in the middle of the everybody losing their houses.
Yes.
Really, honestly, and my house, which I bought for $88,000, went down to $69,000. It was worth, and now it's worth over $400,000.
Wait, your house you bought for $88,000,
Mm-hmm.
and the value went down to $69,000. I'm just catching up on this story, and now it's worth
No,
over 400.
of course, that was, like 2007.
Yeah, and your interest rate you said was 13%.
Not
Right.
on that one.
Not on that one.
But this is why
That was a house down in Southern
yeah,
California.
this is why I'm saying, you guys buy a house because it's going to go from 69 or 88 up to 400. Eventually, hang on to any investment for a while. Real estate seems to be going up.
Right.
It
That's
does.
true.
Let me ask you this. I've said this for years. The only way a regular Joe Schmo with a day job can build wealth is by buying a house.
That's right. That's right.
And it's just like a big piggy bank. It sits there. Well, my kids, I bought my house. My kids got to be 18 years old. Hey, Dad, we're going to college. $60,000 a year. Took it right out of the house.
Yeah. Some people, yeah. And a HELOC will do that for you.
By the way, I took that money out of the house. A HELOC is exactly what it was. I paid no taxes on that money.
Okay.
It's tax free, right?
Right. Exactly.
But you know who knows how to do all that? Julia Tadich and Tad Tadich. They're really smart at this stuff. Not just the loans, but they'll get you in a house.
But it's more than just knowing what I'm doing. It's me being able to impart in you that knowledge so that you know that this is the best thing for you to do. So you don't go wandering around looking for a better option.
Right. She'll find you the best option. We're running out of time. I want to talk about this for hours.
Okay.
But when people start clicking, it's boring to them. So we're
Yeah.
trying to keep it down.
Sorry,
to this minute.
we're trying
what
not
else
to
you want
be
our
boring.
viewers to know?
Call me. You want to talk about real estate? Please call me. I
Okay.
think it's a good time to get into the market. I think for buyers, what they need to know is they drive the market. You buyers drive the market. Sellers cannot sell a house until a qualified buyer shows up to buy it. So that might be, you're not going to get as much money as you thought you were going to get. But if you're trying to sell and get out of California or whatever you're doing, the buyers are going to drive you down to the price that they want to pay and what they can qualify for.
Nice. So
Sorry.
buyers should talk to you because you're going to tell them what? How much they could qualify for.
Right.
How much they need down.
Yes.
Maybe where they need
What
to clean up
interest
their
rates?
credit a little bit or
Yes.
something like that.
Oh, I'm very good at helping people fix their credit scores. I can't do that, but I can give you a lot of advice to make a difference that you can do for yourself, and in a month, you'll
In a
see
month.
you'll see
Wow.
your scores start climbing
Sometimes
if you
less.
listen to us.
Sometimes
Maybe
less.
a little more sometimes.
And you're not paying me for that.
Right.
You're giving me money for a credit report, and then we go from there.
Yeah, pretty much everything we described up to now is free advice.
Yeah, exactly.
Free from Julia Tadich.
Exactly.
Give them your phone number.
559-977-3583. That's 559-977-3583. You can reach me at the number at 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning. All right. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah,
try
guess
it.
who'll answer?
Yeah.
No.
All right. Julia Tadich and Tad Tadich. By the way, Clovis First Real Estate. I was just Googling them. I started typing Clovis. It just came up. I didn't even type first. You guys are very prominent in Clovis.
Oh, good.
And all over the valley.
Good.
We will be back with more Central Valley Talk right
Thank
after this.
you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.